Alright, so we're going to begin painting the blue of the Efreet. And I thought long and hard how I'm going to do this. I did discuss about the paints that I was going to use. And here are some of the paints that I have here that I want to show. So I have a light gull gray. I've used this before. And of course I have this grayish blue, which is very nice as well. And I am planning to use this, but part of it is I'd like to make this a different tone. I like to make it a desert tone type color. So I want to do an overall paint with using nothing but tan. I was trying to find like desert yellow. I didn't want to use acrylic because I'm definitely going to be using some of these colors above this kit. So I'm going to paint all the blue parts using number 44 Mista color tan, which is also referred to as ship deck. I've never seen a ship deck with tan. Maybe an older ship deck, I guess. So I have my reservoir fully loaded. Let's begin with larger parts. Now again, like I mentioned before, this is just an overall base paint. It's not into there are certain parts of the kit which of course will be masked off and repainted again. So we're going to use this for now as a base. Make sure I get some of the whatever particles that are there. There we go. So now I thinned this out a bit. I don't have to worry about painting the underside because this part of the armor is going to go over the white part trim, which I'm thinking of using this for the white parts, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I have to flush it out a bit. Maybe look at the that line art that I just did. Use that as a point of reference. That's very nice. Pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to continue on the areas of the leg. This is moving about all the time. Let's see if, there we go, much better. Yeah, alright. When I was using the line art, I know that certain areas here would be different colors. Again, I'm using this as a base. Then I'm going to mask them off later on. Edges there just in case. I know there's a part here that goes over it. It's alright. Again, this is just one layer. I will do multiple layers. And here's the front part, of course. I should put it on that, but I'm afraid I don't want this thing to get stuck again and I can't take it out. So it's something that I don't want to worry about if I have to work with removing parts. And I gotta be careful, you know, once I finalize a part, painting it, once I put it together, it's gonna stay there. And I don't have to worry about taking it out again, taking it apart again. Let me get the back here as well. Alright, that takes care of that. So the backpack, of course. I was actually being very careful not to spray paint the bottom part, but I'm definitely, that's going to be unavoidable. Let me just grab this first. Now, like I mentioned before, also, I'm actually spray painting the LED lights, but using a Q-tip and some thinner, I'm going to wipe it off so it shows off the LED light. And then that way I can finalize putting the thrusters. And speaking of the thrusters, I didn't show it off. I actually painted the inside of the thrusters metallic, gloss black. And then just a few hours ago, I'm waiting for it to dry, so that way I can begin painting some you know, a metallic base there. I'm again still thinking of what to do. I will do it soon. Show it to you guys. Alright, so here's the chest part. While I was doing the preparing for the what do you call it? I'm putting the little photo etch parts. I was looking at the things that I've done, the parts that I worked with, and there's one part that I totally messed up, and I'm going to show it to you soon. But while I was doing that, I was looking at putting maybe some detail on the chest part, other than the two vents that's going to be up here. I was gonna do something like here and here, but I chickened out and I said no, I'm gonna stop, because I was like, I messed up on a part. I had to do a lot of damage control on that, and I just didn't want to do that here. And since this chest part looks very perfect, I'm not going to do that. Actually, yeah, we're going to need this one. That's good. Now, let me show you what I was talking about. I started drilling some holes there until I realized I made a mistake and the holes did not match up one side to another. And I was so pissed at what happened. And I started to put a layer of plot plate, and then I drilled holes there, and I got it right, but it wasn't 100% right, so I put another layer of plot plate there, and that's as far as I'm going. I'm not going to drill any more holes. So hopefully this just gives it an overall nice look to it. But that plot plate will be painted a different tone. Whoa! Oh, that's right. For those of you who are, hopefully everyone's enjoying their 4th of July. For those who live here in the States, other countries, you know, maybe you have a similar event like ours. But please be safe when using fireworks, especially near children. Alright, we're going to leave it alone for now. Let's work on these guys, because this is going to be required. We're going to have 4 of these little ones right there, and that's the one for the other side of the leg. Here's the part for the foot. Am I getting that? Because I can barely see that in the light. There we go. Alright, I think that's good. Let's put this to the side. Let's do the back skirt, of course. Didn't do any holes in the back skirt because it has 2 holes there in the back, and one of the parts I have will definitely fit there. So, oh, and so you guys know, I'm going to be using a white solvent glue, which is more for gluing, what do you call that? Gluing canopies from on aircraft. I'm going to put it on this one because it's like a clear base paint. Adhesive, and it won't damage the paint after I, of course, top coat it and detail it. That's good. But I did do holes there and hole there, and plus there's a hole down there and a hole down there. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to continue on with this. I'm going to do 2 layers. Wait until it dries, and then I'll figure out the masking and the next color paint that I will use. So far, so good.